צדיקים, יישר כוח, חזקים וברוכים, חזקים וברוכים. Who remembers which parasha is it this week?
Parashat Bechukotai.
So we all have to remember it's Parashat Bechukotai, not just Ovadia. It says Parashat Bechukotai. So next time I ask you, tell me what parasha is it? Bechukotai. Next week we have something new. But this week's Parashat Bechukotai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Im Bechukotai Tilechu, if you go with my laws. Now, the Chachamim give many different clarifications or comments on what does it mean if you go with my laws. The Or HaChaim HaKadosh, he gives almost 50 different comments, different pirushim, just on the first few words of the parasha. Just on the first few words. And one of the things that he says, Im bechukotai telechu, means if you toil in Torah, into yot amal b'Torah, it's called in Hebrew. What does it mean to toil in Torah? It means that if a person wants to become a tzadik, a person wants to become a talmid chacham, they can't expect that it's going to happen very easily. They have to learn how to work very hard in order to learn Torah as much as possible, especially because the Yetzer Hara doesn't want you to learn Torah. The Yetzer Hara does not want you to learn Torah. As the Gemara says in Masechet Kiddushin, that it's the Yetzer Hara, for him, if you want to destroy him, if you want to destroy the Yetzer Hara, you have to learn Torah. And if this Yetzer Hara comes to you and wants to make you make sins, the Gemara says, take him to the Bet Midrash. What does it mean, take him to the Bet Midrash? As soon as you feel like you have a Yetzer Hara to do something that's not good, right away you have to go and open some type of book, Sefer Torah, and start learning Torah as soon as possible. Why? Because as soon as you start learning Torah, you're going to be able to beat the Yetzer Hara. Why? Because the Yetzer Hara, there's only one way to beat him, and that's with Torah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to us that he created the Yetzer Hara in order to be in our way, because if we beat him, then Hashem gives us a big reward. Hashem gives us a very big reward. And the point of all of it is that if there was no Yetzer Hara, people would say, well, why, if Hashem wants us to do mitzvot, why did he make Yetzer Hara? Right? So Yetzer Hara is in our way. And that's why it was created. Well, the reason for that, my little tzadikim, is because if, let's say, there was gold in a room, and there was unlimited amount of gold, and whoever wants to come take can take. People would come in the beginning, right? Would you guys go and take some of the gold?
Mm-hmm.
No, if you're allowed to take the gold as much as you want. Would you take it? Yeah. And other people,
I will take all of it.
All of it you want to take. And then other people, everybody would come, and then everybody would have gold. And people would have so much gold that the gold would become like sand. Do you think that gold would still be very valuable if everybody has a lot of it? Why not?
Because everyone has it.
Right, because everyone has it. It's not rare anymore. It's not, nothing special about it. It's like sand. If somebody decides, you know what, I'm going to go collect sand. Somebody goes outside and he starts collecting sand. And he fills up his whole house full of sand. Probably his mom is not going to be very happy. And his abba is not going to be very happy. But they're going to come to him and say, why do you have all this sand? He says, because I want to collect all the sand in the world and I'm going to be rich. I say, why would you be rich? Everybody has sand. Sand is everywhere. There's nothing special about sand. Even though you could take sand and you can make other things from it, that you know that from sand they make glass.
What?
Did you guys know? Yes. They put sand in very big ovens. The ovens that are bigger than this building by 10 times. See this whole building over here we're in? The ovens for the sand are 10 times bigger than this. It's like 10 of this building. And they put the sand into the oven, and it cooks it at over 3,000 degrees and turns the sand into a liquid. and then they make it into glass. But
The glass is delicate.
right. But the thing is, though, is that even though you can make something out of the sand, it's not worth a lot because there's so much of it. And even the glass is not worth a lot because there's so much of it. Why is gold worth a lot? Because there's not a lot of it, right?
There's a
So-
lot of it.
There's a lot of gold, but not a lot for everybody to have like sand, right? So now, Hashem says to us, I want you to know that the mitzvot are worth even more than gold. The mitzvot are worth more than gold. But you can do mitzvah whenever you want. So technically, it could be like sand. So how can we constantly be reminded that the mitzvah is really worth a lot? By Hashem putting the Yetzer Hara in our way. The Yetzer Hara gets in the way and he tries to stop us from doing the mitzvah. So that's what makes the mitzvah worth a lot. Now, one of the biggest things that a person can do in their life is to learn Torah. But if a person wants to learn Torah so much, like they want to be like one of the tzadikim on the wall, Steinerman, Rabbi Meir Bananes, who else we have over there? Which one over there? What do we have on top of me? Rav Sharabi, we have the Chazon Ish, if anyone, Baba Sali, or the Chafetz Chaim, or the Chida, all these big tzadikim, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rabbi Ephraim Kachlon, all these big tzadikim. If somebody wants to be like them, do you think it's easy to become like them?
No. Yeah.
It's easy? Do you think they just become like that just like that 1 minute? No. I wish it was that easy, but it was, but it's not. Why? Because they have to learn Torah every day. But not just a little bit. They have to learn a lot of Torah. But what about if they're busy? What about if there's all types of trouble? Do they still have to learn Torah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have to find a way to learn Torah in every way that they can. And that is the difference between somebody that becomes a Talmid Chacham and just a regular person that just learns Torah here and there. Where the Talmid Chacham will take advantage of every opportunity. I heard a story from one of the Chachamim. He was connected to Rabbi Moshe Feinstein. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, he was a very, very big Talmid Chacham. He lived here in America.
Huh?
Yeah, he lived here in America many years ago. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein was very big tzaddik. He would learn Torah. He wrote, these are his farim over there. Where are they? Over there, on the top shelf. Over there you have the Gadol Moshe. It's called, and the things that he wrote. This little Jew that lived in America, the world never knew before he wrote these sfarim. Once he wrote these sfarim, the whole world was shaking because of how amazing his Torah was. This Jew from America, it wasn't like he was from Yerushalayim, from Bnei Brak, from Tzfat. This Jew that was in America shook the whole world with his Igrot Moshe because there was so much Torah in it, so much Chokhmah in it. And people understood that this is a very serious Talmid Chacham. This is not just a regular Talmid Chacham, it's a Gadol HaDor. But how did he become such a big Talmid Chacham? Now if you would say that he learned Torah, a lot of people learn Torah. But not everybody becomes a Gadol HaDor. If you say he had good midot, other people have sometimes good midot. Not like Moshe Feinstein, but nonetheless, they have good midot. The key is to know that what this week's parasha Kechukotai says, if you go with my laws, meaning if you are toiling over my laws, if you try hard to fulfill my laws. And one of them is to learn Torah. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein would make sure to study Torah any chance that he could. Any chance that he could. Now, of course, he would study Torah at his desk when it was time to learn Torah. when the Talmidim would come, he would study. When the Talmidim left, he would study. Right? But the biggest difference was told in this story. One day, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein calls his cousin, who was also Talmid Chacham, and his name was Rabbi Avraham. He calls him in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Did
'Cause
they
he-
have phones at
Okay, yeah, that's all. He called him at 2 o'clock in the morning because he knew that he's awake at that time, because he also studies a lot of Torah, even in the middle of the night, into the small hours, we call it. And he calls him, he says, I want you to come by later so we can do the Chaim. And the cousin, Rabbi Avraham, says to him, what's the L'chaim for? He says, I just did a Siyum Shas. I just completed the Shas. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, Gadol HaDor, for the Rav, finished the Shas many, many times. Baruch Hashem, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein finished it not 100, and not 200, and not 300 times. Many, many more times than that. The whole Shas, many times. But he never called me at 2 o'clock in the morning to tell me about your finishing the Shas. What's so special about this one? He says, this one is my favorite one. It took me many years to finish it. It's not like the other ones. This is why Rabbi Moshe Feinstein says, when I first got married, I didn't know anything about my wife or how a woman is or anything. So I thought that, whatever, just like the way I behave, she behaves. But I found out it's a little bit different. One day, we were invited to a wedding. This is Rabbi Moshe Feinstein telling you about himself from when he was young. One day we were invited to a wedding, and my wife told me we have to go to this wedding. We have to be ready to leave at 7:30. Right? So the guy doesn't have to get ready so much like a woman does. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, at 7:30, he got up from his desk. He put on his hat, he put on his jacket, and he waited by the door, waiting for his wife. 7:30. But 7:30 comes, and the Rabbanit is not ready yet. She's still, fixing the makeup, and the dress, and the kisurosh, and all the different things. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein said, okay, maybe it's going to take, a few more minutes. He waited, and he waited, and he waited. But then it was 7:30, and then 7:40, and 7:50, and 8 o'clock, and 8:15. He realized the Rabbanit's still going. She's still going, so he never said anything. He didn't complain to her. Chas v'shalom. It's very good midot. Never said anything. But he noticed that only by 8:30 was the Rabbanit ready. And then they went to the wedding. He thought, okay, maybe this is a one-time thing. Something happened. Maybe the dress didn't fit, or the kisurosh didn't fit. Something, okay, no problem. Sometime later, they were invited again to a different event. And the wife said to the Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, we have to go there, be ready at 7:30. So Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, he was learning Torah all day, and at 7:29, he stopped everything he was doing, and he put the hat, he put the jacket, he went by the door. He waited for his wife. She said to be ready at what time?
7:30.
7:30. At 7:30, he was there. But the Rabbanit, she wasn't there yet. She was still getting ready. She's fixing the kisurosh, she's fixing the dress, she's fixing the shoes, she's fixing the bag. And the bag has to fit, and the bag has to match, and all of the things that women do. But he noticed at 7:30, and before you know it, it became 7:45, and then 8 o'clock, and then 8:15, and then 8:30, and 8:40. And then she finally got ready. When she got ready, they went. Did he say anything to her? No, Mapito, he doesn't want to offend her. But over there, he realized that this thing that happens, that the Rabbanit takes a little extra time, this is not a one-time thing. This is just the way the Rabbanit is. This is the way sometimes women are, when they take time to get ready. It's not like guys that get ready right away. So he says, I cannot afford to waste all this time. So what did Rabbi Moshe Feinstein do? He says, from now on, as soon as any event that we have to go, she tells me to be ready at that time. Right away, I'm going to start reading a new sefer in the Gemara. And I'm going to start learning the Shas. That's going to be a special Shas, a special part of the Gemara that I'm going to learn. Not with like the rest of what I'm learning. It's going to be just the Shas that's going to be learned during the time that I'm waiting for the Rabbanit. During the time that I wait for the Rabbanit. During the time that could easily be wasted. So the next time they were waiting, she told them to get ready. Be ready for an event. At what time? 7:30. And Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, he put the hat on, he put the jacket on, but this time he didn't wait by the door. This time, he took the sefer. He started right away learning. Right away learning and going through the Gemara. And sometimes, he would learn one daf, two dafim, or one line, or two lines, or more. As long as it took the Rabbanit to get ready, until she finished, he would close the book, and he would go. And then he says to his cousin many, many years later, he says, tonight I completed the Shas from all of that time that I was waiting for the Rabbanit, all over the years. There wasn't much time, but I took a little bit here, an hour here, 10 minutes there, 5 minutes here, all of this extra time that could easily be wasted, where people do nothing with that time. I took advantage of that time, and I learned the Shas, and today I completed it. That's why it's my favorite Shas, because it's not that it's the first time I finished the Shas. I did many times. It's not that this Shas is a different one. No. It's that this Shas shows to Hashem that I really toiled in His Torah by taking advantage of every moment and not wasting time. And not wasting time, and make sure to take advantage of all the time that I have to learn His Torah. So this is what makes it my favorite one. Now we see from this a very valuable lesson, that a person can already show Hashem that they're dedicated to the Torah. Does everybody here want to show Hashem that they're dedicated to the Torah? Yeah. Right? We want to show it. Now, even though we're not Rabbi Moshe Feinstein yet, but we can all do something that's more than what we did yesterday. So first, when it's time to learn Torah, it's time to pray, it's time to listen to the rabbi, to the rabbaniyot, we're serious, and we pay attention. Second thing we can do is take advantage of every opportunity to learn and not waste time. And anytime it's time to play, we play. Anytime to learn, we learn. But we don't mix the two. We don't, instead of learning, we play. So everybody here is going to learn Torah? Yeah. Let's take advantage of the opportunity to thank Hashem. 1, 2, 3, thank Hashem. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Baruch Hashem. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hashem. 1, 2, 3. BeEzrat HaShem.